I didn't actually realize that I hated myself. I thought that that was a very strange concept because on the outside, I kind of had it all together. I always made sure that I looked nice. I had a job in advertising. I traveled around to some different countries. I pretty much looked like I had it all together, and I thought that I did have it together. I thought that that's what being happy was, to like have this really cool looking life. And I had quite a number of addictions, which meant, and I thought that was cool as well, like drinking, smoking, sometimes dabbling with some different things was all cool, was all good. I didn't realize that I was so deeply unhappy. So I was shocked to find out that I had a hate for myself in therapy. I started going to therapy in 2016, in about March 2016. And that's when I kind of found out about my inner critic. That voice in our head that provides non-stop commentary. And when I was asked to look at it, this is how mine went. So imagine living with this all day and all your life, and perhaps you might resonate. You're so fucking stupid. Oh my God, look what you've done. You're such an embarrassment. Oh my God, what are people going to think? You're going red. People can see that. You've fucked up and now everybody knows. Oh my God, you're so pathetic. You're so demotivated and tired all the time. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you so different from everyone else? Why can't you just be like everyone else? Why can't you be strong? Why can't you just not care so much? Why can't you just be like everyone else? You're such a loser. You're just fat and ugly. Why can't you just be like everybody else? What's wrong with you? Oh, I haven't done my nails. People are going to look at my chip nails. I'm too pale. Oh, those spots. People are going to see those spots. They're gross. I've got foundation on my jaw. People are going to see that. I haven't polished my shoes. What are people going to think? Etc. 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 It's interesting to note that a lot of the critic voice was always like, oh, you're so demotivated, you're so this. And then the resulting feeling is, I'm so pathetic. So it's almost like this punishing inner critic. It comes from out there. And it's interesting when you go to therapy or do talking therapy or coaching, you find out that this critic is often mimicking a voice that you grew up with. It could also be the voice of your society, your culture. And a lot of us really feel like there's this huge spotlight following us around, judging us, shaming us, punishing us. And, the liberating thing was to realize what this voice was, that it wasn't me, and to start telling it to fuck off. That was very empowering and liberating. And actually watching that inner voice and changing it to be one of support, encouragement, and like a best friend to me was one of the greatest changes I've had in my journey. Like when you really think about it, for instance, if a child is they made a mistake, they did something wrong, would you shame them, punish them, make them feel bad about themselves? Or would you say, oh, it doesn't matter, you'd help them pick themselves up, wouldn't you? Brush themselves off and carry on, unaffected. But that's not what we do to ourselves. And I think that this is one of the greatest liberators. It's obviously us. It's always us. We are always going to be the ones that are the obstacle and the solution. And one of the greatest things is looking at that inner voice of yours. How is that serving you? And, when I found myself in therapy at the age of 36, and I realized that inner voice, that inner critic, it was really like a relief, because I thought, oh my God, no wonder why I'm not happy in my life when I've got that constantly in my head. It's not supportive, not encouraging, not kind, not compassionate for my journey. So that was a huge part of self-love. You know, you can have all the baths and oils and salts in the world, but if you've got that going on inside you, you're probably going to be, you know, beating yourself up about not having the right salts, or, you know, putting too much oil in there. So yes, it helps to look at the root causes, I think, instead of putting plasters on our life. I really wanted to create this post to start the conversation about self-love, and to mention that on the 6th of June at 7:30 Central European Time, I'm holding my second meditation circle. And the last one was really wonderful. We focused on grounding. And on this one, I'm going to focus on self-love. I think that this is a huge topic. Many of us don't realize how critical and mean we are to ourselves. And it's time to change that program, because that's all it is. It's a program that's running. And mindfulness and becoming aware helps to stop the program. Because when we become aware and more conscious, we can see what's happening, and we can start to rise above that and change it. So I hope that you will join me in the meditation. It's a meditation circle, so there is a chance to share if you want to. You don't have to. So please, if you're feeling a little bit shy, please don't let that stop you, the thought of sharing. You don't have to, only if you feel called to share your experience. But I really can't wait to sit again in circle, albeit on Zoom, and talk about self-love and how this can really change the relationship that we have with ourselves, and start changing the other relationships that we have in our life. So I hope to see you soon.